might bring it back ice. Hey, ain't the national championship game tonight?
Yeah.
Get ready. Don't Kansas play tonight?
Yes. Can I answer your question?
Nah, I was trying to see if they. Oh yeah, they can right now.
Kansas up 11-5.
Appreciate it.
Oh, wait till the intro video.
Man, how's it going, everybody? We got a special guest today. I met this young man when he was playing 12U football. I had the privilege of being able to coach him. And when I tell you this kid is amazing, that's no cap. Former Denton Ryan running back, current TCU running back by way of Louisiana. We're going to bring in EMANI Bailey for y'all. EMANI Bailey of Denton Ryan, y'all.
What's going on? What's going
Yo,
on?
Monty, what is going on? Like I said, I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming in and doing this. How's life treating you up there in Fort Worth right now?
Oh man, it's cool, man. I'm liking the adjustment change, liking being back home. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. I got a question on that, but we're gonna get to that. I want to start out your senior year in high school. You were a standout, and for me personally, you're a standout in youth ball, junior high, and high school. What was your senior year like for you?
If I could, my senior year, I wanted to leave it out with a bang, and I wanted to kind of put my name out there and show the world what I can really do.
Yeah.
And, one of the most memorable things that I remember during my senior year was I was able to break the rushing record at Denton Ryan.
You got that?
Yeah, I went and got
Yeah, he broke Earl Goldsmith shit.
Yeah, Earl, that was my boy Earl.
Yeah, I was happy to get the privilege to do that, and that was a big moment for me my senior year.
Now I'm gonna have to tell you, I took some heat about 2 weeks ago for saying you were a better running back than Earl. That was my guy. I took some heat from a couple of guys, but I'll take that. Like I said, I started watching you when you was 12, and I remember the first time I met you, the pre was like, "Man, he going D1," and I was like, "Who?" He was like, "EMANI Bailey, right over there." And I looked, and I was like, "Ain't no way he 12." But that was all of y'all at the time. I didn't believe Ahmad was 12. I didn't believe any of y'all were 12.
Right.
And that team we had was ridiculous, man. I couldn't believe that team we had. Y'all were some dogs, man, for real.
Good old days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I remember the first play I ever saw you run in the game was when we went up to Denver. That first play, you broke like 78 yards. When I tell you, at that point in time, nobody up there wanted to play us. Nobody. It was a wrap after that.
Oh yeah.
What was your recruiting process like in high school, your senior?
I could the doors were starting to open up my senior year. I was able to I was able to finally get some D1 offers. I was able to get Tulsa, Vanderbilt, and of course UL,
Yeah.
the Northwestern State, and kind of was just leaning to whoever came first, and UL had came first, and talked it over with the fam, and I was like, that's where we need to be right now.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Can you go into detail the hard work? Because a lot of people don't understand all the extra work you do have to put in to put yourself in that position. And I remember going back and big ups to your grandpa. Man, he stood by y'all and tried to make sure y'all put in that work. Like he used to say, hard work, dedication.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that process like for you?
For going deep into hard work, my mom was always big motivator to me on having hard work in my system.
Yeah.
She would tell me, a heart of a champion, when he starts to feel pain, he starts to work harder. And what that meant to me, if I'm going to keep working and to be able to live out my dream, I got to fall in love with this game every single day. So whenever I have that in the back of my mind, it's a lot of pain, a lot of hard work. But if you're driven, the hard work will show on the field.
Yeah, that's crazy because I used to tell kids all the time, man, you got to be crazy to be out here in this 100-degree weather, wanting to run sprints, wanting to go lift weights, man. It ain't for everybody. Everybody don't love it. You got to really love it to be out there and do that, man.
Two a
And
days,
full
three,
pads is,
4 days.
yeah,
Oh,
Man.
you gotta really love the game to,
Mhm.
especially to go D1. Like
Right,
that's crazy.
right.
I feel like I know this answer to this question because I remember, like I told you, I remember looking at your stats and it was like, man, he only averaged 8.5 carries a game at one point. But I know that's a process that Ryan does. They did it when we were there pulling out starters at halftime, second quarter, things like that. They trying to get other kids ready for the next season. I understand it. Do you feel like that hurts you recruiting? Because I
Um,
mean, you were still averaging what 6 yards a carry.
uh, my yeah, during my sophomore and my junior year, and then when I got to my senior year, I was getting maybe 6, 8, 4 carries a game.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it really hurt me that much because I was still able to contribute and still get like over 150, 60 yards a game.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
So like I remember one game I had 4 carries, 3 touchdowns, 155 yards.
that's ridiculous. But I asked that because I look at some of these kids who are getting 30, 40 carries a game.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt in my mind that you could carry a workload like that. But I haven't seen you in that position because even in youth ball, when with Anthony on the team, you
Mm-hmm.
never really got that chance to carry the load like that. But then again, you were scoring damn near every time you touched a rock.
Right.
So could you imagine yourself carrying the ball 30 times a game and what you could do with that?
Yeah, I could. I always had it in my head, like if I really got the ball 30 times a game, I know what I could do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
nigga, what? Not
Numbers
even
would
30. What if he was just getting it an average 15, 20 a game? Shit. He was only
For
yeah,
getting
real.
8 carries and scoring 150 yards. Jesus.
Yeah,
right.
for real. When you picked Louisiana, was that it for you? Like it was Louisiana, that's where I'm going. Did you consider any of those other schools?
I was somewhat leaning towards Tulsa, but
Mm-hmm.
talking to my mom, you know my mom. She when she said when we had went there to go for the official visit, she was, vibing with everybody, talking to everybody. When I could see how she was talking and being around everybody, when she looked at me, I'm like, this is where I need to be right now. Mom.
Over at Louisiana?
Hmm.
Yeah. So that felt like family to you over there. You got that kind of vibe?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Especially with the running back coach that's no longer over there, but he was somewhat like another father figure, and he
Yeah.
held me accountable to hard work, and he never let me slack the day.
Yeah. Yeah, your mom's advice, man. That's A1. You know, I spent some time with your mom coaching you and your brother. I think we went through some harder times with your brother when we lost down in San Antonio. But yeah, your mom is great, man. She's definitely one of a kind.
Mhm.
What were your first thoughts? What were your first feelings when you actually got to campus and was there and ready to go?
Um, I know when I first got to campus, I'm like, wow, I'm actually here. Like
Yeah,
this is where it starts. It starts here, and I was just basically in my dorm room preparing myself, getting ready for the next step, praying, praying on what I need to do, what I need to achieve, and how I'm gonna do it. And I was just getting ready for
Y'all in
that step.
hold.
yo, y'all mute your mics. All right, my bad. Go ahead, Amani.
I was basically saying that I was just getting ready for the next step
Yeah,
about what I needed to do for to achieve my goal. Because I knew once I got there, I'm like, well, it was gonna be a shock. I'm like, oh wow, I'm actually here now. But so now it's time to keep the clock rolling and keep going to work, even on another level.
yeah. If you had a chance and you could go back to your high school self, like from now, Imani at TCU, and you could talk to Imani at Denton Ryan, what advice would you give yourself?
I would tell myself to be be even more prepared of getting better. Don't just settle for what you've done in high school. Prepare yourself to be even better, and if that's not the case, be even better than that.
Yeah,
Because when you're on that highest level, everybody's good.
yeah,
So to have that mentality to keep getting better and better over time, you could be unstoppable.
that is true. For me, I felt like you were at a young age, you were prepared for that level. I felt like when y'all left us at 12U and went on to middle school, junior high, I felt mentally y'all were ready for varsity at that point.
Hmm.
And you can't say that about a lot of kids at that age. But
Right.
I really felt that y'all were ready. And I knew at that point I knew y'all would make a run. I really thought y'all would win state.
Hmm.
How bad did that hurt when y'all lost that game?
It still hurt like hell to this day. Uh, every time, every time I think about it, like man, if we just had one more minute, just
Yeah,
one more minute, we probably would have been the state champs.
yeah, it's tough, man. That playing them state games and taking them, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard.
yeah, I know.
You last year you played behind Elijah Mitchell. What were you able to learn from him? He's currently with the 49ers.
Um, Elijah Mitchell. Long story short, he is a dog, and he basically, when I got there as a freshman, he was basically teaching me more about college football, how to slow it down, what to expect, and
Hmm.
he really he really helped me a lot getting through the workouts, how to prepare for the workouts, how to take care of my body.
Yeah,
He's going into his super senior year,
yeah.
and he's been there a while, and I was able to learn. I was able to learn a lot from him to play the game, college football. And I appreciate. I tell him all the time that I appreciate it every time I see him.
And you pretty much, as far as I know, you've always been the guy in the backfield. Your freshman year, how hard was it to have to sit and watch?
It hurt. It hurt. Because I always want to help win.
Yeah,
I know. I'll still cheer for my teammates. Still
of
do
course.
anything like that. But I always feel like I need to do something to help my team win. But I wouldn't say I was too much shook up about it because I was still sitting back and watching and learning and
Yeah,
really really seeing what I needed to expect and doing that, I was able to do that, and surely enough, I was able to succeed when I got my chance.
Yes, sir. Real quick, big ups to my boy Monterey in the chat. I miss you. I love you, homie. Uh, Last season you split time in the backfield with Montrell Johnson. You had 102 carries for 642 yards and 8 TDs. How good did it feel to actually get that opportunity and get to show what you were capable of?
It was a wonderful feeling to finally get a chance to live out a dream that I've been waiting for a minute. And when I was able to finally, get on the field on a new atmosphere in college, it felt great. Running for a program that who knew what they were doing, and was able to help me be successful during the run game and everything that helped me to be where I am today. And it was just a wonderful feeling.
Walk me through the flip, because how much adrenaline was running through your body after running that touchdown to hit that flip?
So the reason I hit that backflip was because I was mad. And the reason I was mad is because whenever I would try to get the ball during that game, I wasn't getting open up in space. I was just getting the 1, the 3, 5 yards. I was getting dirty yards pretty much every time I got the ball. And whenever I broke and I got loose, I was just blacked out, and I just started doing backflips.
Man, I'm telling you, I was yelling at the TV. My little boy was like, "Oh, I'm about to try to do a flip," and he's rolling on the ground and stuff. And I was like, "Son, that is not what he did at all. That was not what he did." So after the season, your head coach and Johnson, they both left to Florida.
Mhm.
I honestly, I saw that and I was like, "Oh, he about to eat now." What were your thoughts when you first saw that the coach was going to Florida and the running back was following him, Johnson?
Um, I knew Coach Nate was leaving when he told us before the championship game, and I was like, that's cool. My first thought, I'm thinking, oh, he might take me with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I was cool with it. I'm like, yeah, Coach Nate, he got me here. I'm gonna continue to keep doing what he started here. And when Terrell went with him, I was like, man, it's just gonna be me and Chris Smith,
Mm-hmm.
the other running back at UL right now. And my first, I was like, I'm just gonna keep working and keep doing what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And not to go back, so when you picked Louisiana, was it like I guess you said that was your school, they came first and your mom vibed with them. Do you feel like that was a situation like you were betting on yourself to go there? And
Not necessarily betting on myself. I was already in good spirits when I went down there to work out for them to get the offer. I was already feeling good about them. The way they were talking to me, the way they made me feel. It felt like talking to y'all back in the day.
mm-hmm.
And when it felt like that, I'm like, man, this could be the place I want to be at.
Yeah. And so after all this happened, the coach leaves and the running back leaves. You're in all season. Football's over. There's no college football on at all. And I get on Instagram one day and I see this video, and I'm like, "Is that Imani in a TCU jersey?" So of course I hit Yahoo and I type in your name, and of course Imani in a transfer portal, transferring to TCU, and I'm like, TCU. So what made you go to TCU? How did that come about?
Basically, with all the changes happening at UL, and just partially my old lineman was leaving, and I was just talking over to my with my mom. I'm like, I think it's time we we probably make a change.
Mm-hmm.
And when I looked at it and told her I might need to hit the portal, we did it, and I was able to get TCU. And Jordan said if I go to TCU,
Ooh, hold on, don't go there yet. Don't go there yet. Don't go there yet. Hold on, let me get there. I'll get that to my boy. So at that point, were there any other schools giving offers?
oh yeah, I had a couple from the Sun Belt. I had Washington. Uh, uh, who else? I think Baylor. Uh, it was somebody else. I can't remember, but it was they started stacking and stacking and stacking, and I'm wondering, wow, with all these schools are coming in right now. I'm like, I did way better in high school, y'all.
Yeah, where were y'all at? I've been there. That's crazy. So you already mentioned it. So after I saw the video of you, I'm back on Instagram after I went to Yahoo, and I see your brother posted another video,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what the heck? So I go back to your video, and I saw him standing against the goal post, and you was like pointing at him, and I was like, wow, that's big.
Yeah.
So can you speak on your brother joining what we got going right here?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's the video right there. So I'll let you show that real quick. There go my flip.
That's tight.
Okay, so back to what we're saying. How'd that happen for your brother to commit there also?
So whenever I was talking to the TCU coaches, he was looking at me in my eye. He was like, "Monty, if you go to TCU, I will commit there right now." So we basically was sitting down as a family. I said, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to go. And he called his coach, said he wanted to commit, and we went down there for official, and we made history.
So what does it mean to be able to have the possibility? And I say possibility because you could go have a breakout year this year, and you could be gone. You don't know how it's going to pan out, but what does it mean to you to possibly have that chance to share that field with your brother again? Because y'all really, your senior year is really the only time y'all ever really got to share that field together.
Mm-hmm.
So what will that mean for y'all to be able to share that field together again?
It'll be answered prayer. This is something me and Jordan talked about since we were kids, man. We actually wanted to go to TCU when we was younger.
Yeah.
We would play NCAA. We would create our players, put them on TCU, and it's just really just a blessing in disguise. And I really, really can't be thankful enough.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I'm happy for y'all on that because I remember, like I said, I had the chance to coach you and him, and whether it was you on the field or him on the field, the support y'all had for each other.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was always there. Now you ain't supposed to be on the sideline, but y'all getting there somehow, some way. So the support y'all always show for each other and that love y'all show for each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's awesome right there.
Right.
I'll applaud that. Because you're actually from Denver, right? From Colorado?
I'm originally from Texas.
Are you okay?
We had moved there for a little bit.
Got you. because I was looking at the schedule today. I saw y'all's first game was against Colorado.
Hmm.
So I was like, ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I got some old teammates, old friends down there. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure they're gonna be at that one.
yeah. And I was looking at the schedule. Y'all got some big games early.
Hmm.
With a couple big games early, you could really, not that you don't have a name for yourself,
Hmm.
but you could put your name up there with the top.
Right.
Because what y'all got Oklahoma, y'all got Ohio State this year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's man, that's huge.
Hmm.
You're gonna be on the that's gonna not that
Beat
you won on the big
Ohio
stage,
State.
not that you won on the big stage last year, but you're gonna be on everybody's TV. Not just a region or just an area or a conference.
Hmm.
That's national. You're gonna be on a
Right.
national stage. Can you
Mhm.
can you speak on that on what you expect for this upcoming season?
I'm gonna just treat it like how I always do. Just go out there and just compete at the highest level, help win, and play them best of my ability.
I heard you had a big run in practice today, up the middle.
Yeah, I was able to get through a crease and got up out of there.
Was gone.
Yeah, I was out of there. Hmm.
Man, I definitely I'm up in Omaha now. K State and Kansas is only a few hours from me, so
Hmm.
I'm locking my ticket in.
Already.
I'm locking my ticket in, so I'll make sure I get down there in the end zone. So
Yes, sir.
when you come in there, if you hear somebody yelling, I want that flip. I want that flip. Go ahead and knock it out for me.
Like it out for you. I bet.
Yes, sir. So what's your schedule like now? What's your schedule like during the day, being
Uh,
in college and having to hit class and practice and workouts? Probably got to get your body right, got to ice and do all that.
so I began my day around 4:15 to
Woo.
4:30.
All you young ones out there, y'all hear this? This man is getting up at 4:15. So if you want to be D1, you better be getting up at 4:15 and getting better. Period. My bad, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I had to get
Oh
that
no,
out there.
you good. Yeah, that's important stuff. But yeah, fit 4:15, 4:30. Um, get to the facility about 5. The lift at 5:30. After the lift, we gotta go eat breakfast. After breakfast, we head to the turf. We gotta do our team run. After the team run, we done with that, and then treatment. Meet with my tutors, class, and then pretty much after that, I'll be good for the day. My good days. I'll probably be done around 2 o'clock.
That's not too bad, but then you got to hit the books, huh?
Yes, yes,
And see, that's what a lot of these youngins. Everybody wants to go D1. Everybody wants to go play college ball, but they're not understanding the work you got to put in to get there,
right.
and then the work you got to put in to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, it's it could be next man up, like you said earlier. Everybody was a superstar on their high school team
Right.
that's there. So man, I applaud you again. I appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you do your thing next year.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, you always got my support. Like I've always tell you, when you carry that ball, carry it like it's your last time.
Yes, sir.
So you got my support. We're gonna be there. I appreciate you stopping in for us. I ain't gonna keep you because if you gotta get up at 4 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah,
that's tough.
right nerdly.
So I appreciate you, man. I salute you and
Already.
everything you're doing. You got our support, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, you be safe and have a good one.
All right.
That was EMANI Bailey, y'all, running back for TCU.
That's hard, man.
Yeah, it really is.
He gonna remember us when he get to NFL, man. Y'all shout out to that nigga. Make sure y'all start supporting, man. That nigga straight from where we from. That's Ryan Ray, bro.
Yes, sir. Everybody, please support that man. I've been watching him play for a while. So y'all support this man. Next year, TCU, if you can get to a game, it ain't that far a drive. You in Denton, you in Dallas, it ain't that far a drive to get to Fort Worth and support this man. We always talk about giving our people their flowers. Let's give it to them. He here. He live.
Shit.
He right down the road. Let's get there. Anybody got a score update on this national championship?
Yeah, I do. You want to know the score?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
31-22 North Carolina.
31-22. I'm gonna send Moss this link again. See what the business is. Give me 1 second.
Hey, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who pulling up, man, sharing the live and commenting and shit like that, bro. Liking this bitch, y'all niggas. We sure appreciate that, bro. We appreciate for everybody fucking with everything we got going on, but this sports shit, bro. We definitely appreciate that because we know a lot of people, who they got shit to do. People got to work tomorrow, man. So we just want to make sure y'all know that before we proceed, and we appreciate all the support for shit. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's go ahead. Go ahead, Creek.
I was just gonna say, man, don't forget to talk about that bullshit ass Eagles trade.
Man, bro, we was gonna. You see, I'll send a message in on that.
Bro, them futures are not. Bro, I'm taking my 3 top 20 picks, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
But I think they did it because this draft this year really. I personally I don't feel like it's a top-ended draft. It's a weak draft to me this year.
It is on the wide receiver and defensive side.
You said it is on the wide receiver and defensive end side?
It's deep at wide receiver and defense.
Yeah, but there's a reason.
It's definitely deep at wide receiver.
Yeah, but there's a reason behind that because defenses can't touch you no more. So of course, wide receivers are eating at this point in time. In this time of day, wide receivers are eating. You remember back in the day, you didn't see this many wide receivers highly recruited like this. It just didn't happen, especially coming out of college. You just didn't see it. So, to me, that's why I think the wide receivers are supposedly deep. So, and defensive wise, there's some corners. I like Gardner from TCU. I'm not TCU. I'm sorry, from Cincinnati.
Yeah,
they said the man hasn't been scored on since he got to the league. I mean, not to the league, but in college.
They better watch out, man. Michigan got J.J. Watt #2 coming out.
You think so?
Oh, that boy cold.
Now, I gotta ask: are you saying that?
Because his brother's cold.
No, it ain't no J.J. Watt. You think Hutchinson gonna be that nice?
Yeah.
Like,
go watch his highlights.
I have. I live in Big Ten country, so I see all the games.
I think he's gonna be the #1 overall pick.
I mean, I'm definitely not arguing that. I just question whether or not he's that guy.
If I was the coach, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna make you mad, but I would take him for them offensive linemen. Either or, you can't miss with either one of them.
And that's my thing. You know, you got to start with the offensive line. You go back to even Cowboys back in the day. You go back to the Giants. Their strong point was the offensive line, whether people want to believe it or not. And, you know, people want to look at the Giants' D-line during those years. But the offensive line was where it was at.
Yeah.
And so the same with the Cowboys. You can't win without an offensive line.
Bro, I'm telling you, Evan Neal might be the best player in this draft, honestly.
And I'm not arguing that. There's a handful of offensive linemen that I would take early in the draft.
I wish the Cowboys would trade up and get one of those Evan Neal or Kwame.
We'll give you both these first round picks we got for Parsons.
I bet y'all would. We're not trading him.
You can have the second round pick too.
And next year's first round.
No, we already gave you 2, bro.
I want 3 of them though.
No, you can have 2 this year. You have the 2 this year and the second, but that's all you're gonna get.
And the 2024 first.
No, not at all.
Michael, y'all, you tripping? You look like they got for Khalil Mack, and then come back and holler at
But we're not talking about Khalil Mack. We're not talking about. We're talking about y'all.
But that's the same standard as at this trade at this moment.
Now, but you got to go back. But you thought the same thing about receivers. It's not always the same. That's not always the standard. Because look what the Chiefs got for Hill. You wanted that for Cooper.
Yeah, I should have got that for Cooper.
Hell no.
It's not the same. But then again, I can't say that because, like I told you, speed costs, and Parsons got that speed, so he may very well
man,
call for.
I don't think anybody in the league would not, if they were willing to trade Michael Parsons, wouldn't give him 3 first rounds.
You had to put that out there to find out.
Yeah.
You got to put that out there to find out.
If you knew for sure we would give y'all Michael Parsons, you wouldn't give us both this year and a 2024. And we get 2 first rounders, a second and a fourth, and a 2024 first rounder. You wouldn't do that?
No, too many holes. We ain't got the offensive line. We ain't got no linebackers anyway. They ain't got no corners. So we can't give up the house to get one person. Then we still got 6 other holes.
I mean, you the GM, man. I'm just saying, if you want a revolutionary player, the Cowboys stole him in the draft. I can't believe that.
Yeah, they did. They did.
But yeah,
I thought the Giants were going to get him, and then they traded back, which I don't know why. I mean, I say that, but I called them doing that. If they're going to draft a receiver, I probably would have traded back and drafted the same. I would have drafted the same guy out of Florida if it was me.
Kadarius Toney, nice though.
Agree, and I said it before the draft. He was my favorite receiver. And my thing, if I was going to draft a receiver, I would have traded back. But I don't think I would have passed up on Parsons at that time. There was no way.
Yeah, I know, man. That
it was either if I can get him, I get him. If not, then I would just trade it back. And I would have done.
Hey, but 65 is unheard of, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's Lawrence Taylor.
He's a tweener. He's a tweener. You can put him in a 3-4, 4-3, DN in either stand-up linebacker.
And he's the reason why we ain't tripping on Randy Gregory.
You can put him in middle linebacker. I mean,
even though we would have liked to have had Gregory back, we ain't tripping on him because of Mike.
Yeah, but we gonna see. He still got to have some help. He can't do it all.
Did you say Jarvis was pulling up tonight?
He was supposed to.
Yeah.
I sent him the link, so.
Hold on, man. 1 second, man. I'm going to be right back.
Yeah, I'm hoping he jump on. Let me check the score of this game real quick. Because I know we all. Ooh, North Carolina right now, with 2 minutes left in the first half, is up 38-22 against Kansas.
Dang, the dog in them.
Man, I really thought Duke was gonna make it. Did y'all watch that South Carolina UConn game last night?
Yeah, I watched it. I thought it was bullshit. I thought that UConn was gonna do better.
I did too. I agree with that. I did think UConn was gonna do better, but
they blew them out.
South Carolina, I guess they felt some type of way because of last year, and
they handled it.
They did their thing. You can't take that from them at all.
I mean, honestly, if you ask me, like the best game was the UConn game before this one.
Yeah.
Because South Carolina looked like they was worlds better. I don't know. I didn't know that Jordan decommitted from Texas, though.
Jordan who?
Bailey.
No, he never committed to Texas.
I thought he was committed to Texas.
No, he was never. He wasn't committed at all. He was only a sophomore last year, or no, he was a junior this past year. going into a senior year. But no, he wasn't committed at all. That's what I'm saying. When I saw that his brother had transferred to TCU and I saw he had committed to TCU, it was a shocker for me. Just because, he was still in his junior year. He still got a year to go. He could have went into a senior year and, did this thing and got more offers. But like I said, the love them two had for each other that I saw back when they were in youth ball was unparalleled, bro. When you talking about supporting one another, because you know how it is when you the older brother and then you got a little brother who's that much younger, but 3-4 years younger than you. You ain't always trying to fuck with your brother and shit like that. You know what I mean? But man, the love that he had for his brother, they had for each other. Every game on the sideline, they was always together. They had real love for each other. That's why when I saw it,
they got who they get beat by.
They got beat by.
Who was EMANI's quarterback? Scotty Young.
No, it was Coach Henson.
Seth?
Yeah, Seth. They lost to Creekview, Spring Creek, some school out there by
Shadow Creek. Out in Shadow Creek.
Shadow Creek. That's what they lost to Shadow Creek. And it was a hell of a game. That was that game. Smitty had that. They ran that Starburst. There was all ESPN and everything. Yeah,
that was a tight ass play.
That was that game, and I thought they was gonna win that game, man. I know that hurt. Actually, I was at that game, matter of fact. But man, that's definitely tough losing a state championship game.
Man, I know. Was you on the team at the Bay City game that they lost?
No, I was there, but no, I wasn't. I was on the sideline, but no, I wasn't on the team. Oh, wait, no, scout team, scout bitch, basically.
But y'all, I'm telling you, man, y'all had so much talent on the bench; it was unreal. Y'all could have started a whole nother squad.
I mean, yeah, but you got to figure we were sophomores then, so I mean, you really had a handful of guys who were actually ready to play at that level, especially against a Bay City team at that time.
Who was the star at Bay City?
Man, I can't remember his name. They called him Baby Peter Ward, is what they called him.
You talking about Russell Ball?
If you know Peter Ward, then it's to be given that nickname. He had to be eaten. But you got to figure, man, at that time, I think you had JB. Of course, you had Jarvis, Bo, Fred, Jackie Smith. I can't really put, as far as sophomores that year.
Fred, they got Fred fucked up, man.
I can't really put too many more people on it.
To me, Fred's one of the most underrated players on that team.
Fred was never underrated. Fred was a dog. Undersized, maybe, for a linebacker. But that was the thing. The team was so stacked at that time.
But he started undersized.
That's what I'm saying. And he should have truly been a safety.
Yeah, why did they did that? Because y'all had issues.
Because the team was so stacked. Like you couldn't leave Ishi off the field. You can't leave Fred off the field. So what do?
Fred wouldn't have been a good corner, so they did what they were supposed to do.
And so I mean, we had Charlie and Myron at corner, Fred and JB at linebacker,
Ishi and Jackie.
And we know we ran that 4-2-5. So your outside linebackers or your nickel guys, whatever you want to call them, was Rashid and Jackie. Ishi, that's what I'm saying. Ishi was back there playing center field.
Knocking people head off.
By himself. And of course Fred could have played that position.
Do you think Fred would have been better at Ishi and Ishi at linebacker?
Man, I really don't know. They both was gonna eat. the thing is, Ishii had another year. Was going to have another year or 2 more years, matter of fact, after Fred left. And Ishii was all of 6'1", I believe. So, I mean, if you want to talk about recruitment wise, then yeah, it might have been better for Fred if he was moved to safety and moved Ishii to linebacker. But he would have been like Ishii at linebacker would have been like Anthony Hill Jr. Honestly, that's the only thing I can really compare him to.
Anthony Hill is raw, bro. I watched him in the state game.
Yes, sir, he is.
I was at the Cedar Park game.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can compare Ishii to if Ishii was to play linebacker.
Did you watch the highlights from that Cedar Park game?
Yeah, I watched the whole game.
You know, if you really watch that game, Cedar Park was like not supposed to be on the field with that.
I mean, but I was saying that before then. I mean, and it's the same thing like when that year 2002 when Denton Ryan won state and played Brenham. They weren't supposed to be on the field. You got to figure that at that point in time, after that Ennis game in the semifinals, it was a wrap, bro. It was a wrap. You can ask Cleveland. If Cleveland's still in here, it was a wrap after that, bro. That was the state championship game. At least to us, it was. Brenham
Y'all was gonna run through everybody else. I remember I was at the one of them games that I was playing in against Woodford Friendship.
Weatherford Friendship, yeah.
Well, I thought they was gonna give y'all the business that second half, boy.
Bro, Kendall Browse, bro. Kendall Browse was a dog. Art Browse's son. Yeah, he was supposed to be at Stephenville because we played Stephenville that year too. He was supposed to be at Stephenville, but that's when Art Browse had got the running back job up at Tech, I believe. Yeah, Tech, running back job at Tech. And so they had moved. And yeah, you can ask BS or all of them, bro. That wasn't the year we played Stephenville. We played Stephenville the next year. But yeah, you can ask BS or any of them guys. Kendall Browse was a dog.
Yeah. They say the same thing about Broderick Newton.
Broderick Newton was a dog. He played for Alito.
Yeah. You know, me and Chris be talking about this shit. Chris Richards.
Yeah.
We be talking about we be talking about the old days, how it was. He told me, him and Melvin Williams told me Fred was one of the nicest people on the field that didn't get enough credit.
Who was?
Fred Moore.
But like I said, bro, it was his size.
But I asked Chris this question, though. I did tell him, I said, bro, he kind of did get enough credit. He was an all-state linebacker.
He was. And he played some run, and he was a decent running back, bro.
Yeah, I seen that hit on Smithson Valley where he ran around that corner. Boy, I know he was bad as fuck when he hit Fred ass.
Yeah, it was just his size at linebacker, bro.
But he was powerful.
Him and JB both, bro. Him and JB both. Both were some dogs, bro.
And both were undersized.
And both was just undersized. Like I said, one thing you can't coach is size and speed. So
hey, JB was quick for his weight.
Hey, JB, yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Like, and he had them feet like Jerome Bettis.
Hey, I remember he trucked Lonzo.
He pointed at him, huh?
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Man, them were some good times, man. There were definitely some good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, just size, bro. That's all it was. Wayne's another one. Wayne was a beast, playing defensive tackle, smaller than me.
And Mitchell?
Mitchell was another one. Mitchell wasn't oversized. Mitchell wasn't undersized or anything. I don't know really. I mean, he
maybe his weight.
No, I mean, you got to figure he was at that time that he was there. It was him, Jarvis, Big Face, and BS. You see what I'm saying? So he just got lost in the mix.
Damn.
Yeah, he just failed to. He just got lost in the mix. He just was around some dogs. because you got to figure Jarvis went D1, Big Face went D1 to Purdue, and who was and BS went D1
to Missouri.
to Missouri.
Yeah,
and then you had,
and then that whole defensive line went D1. You know that, right?
oh yeah, and then look what came after that. The next year, you had Loki and Xavier Kelly. One went to UT, one went to Arizona.
And then Calcius, he went to Missouri too.
And then Calcius, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, a lot of those guys playing D line just got lost in the mix just because, during that time, pretty much every D lineman that was coming through there at that time was D1 caliber. And Wayne would have been the same. If Wayne was 6'1", 6'2", and put on another 40 pounds, he would have been D1.
Yeah, if he was as big as his brother Dink.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just – and then you look at cats like Worm who didn't even play. I mean, so if Worm would have played, then who's out the mix? Because you got to figure Worm was bigger than – as far as weight and height, Worm was all of 6'3", 260. Running a 4.4.
That's crazy.
So I mean, it's
I
all.
couldn't believe, when we used to play sideline hitting the creek, I couldn't believe Worm was that fast.
Man, we did a relay one time, and Chad, I see you in the chat. You'll remember this. And Worm was on that back stretch, and they handed him that baton. When I tell you, man, Worm was gone. So I mean, like I said, he's just another one. And like we said last week, Papoose. What if he would have played? I mean,
Hoopus.
Yeah, my bad. I said Papoose. I'm thinking I'm overthinking some rap shit.
For his cousins, bro, they would have probably started together at D-Tech.
Yeah, if Poopus would have played, I mean.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you right now, I watched him play sideline kill in the creek. Poopus was another one that'll scare you on how fast he is.
I believe it. He was.
I'm gonna tell you a story about playing sideline kill in the creek. I'm probably like 14, probably 8th grade year, right before I was gonna go up to high school with everybody, bro. I think Poopus done was grilling out or something. We started playing sideline kill. Poopus done scored, and then they knocked Poopus over this fucking cable thing, armed and hung on the cable thing. He done got like 17 stitches. Like flipped over the cable box. He got 17 stitches playing sideline kill in the creek.
Damn. So I remember getting on the bus after school. This was freshman year. Now he was, I think he was 2 years older than me, so he was a junior. Or maybe he was already, I think he was a junior my freshman year. And I remember just getting on the bus, riding home, and just looking at him like, damn, why is he on the football field? And then
300 pounds. 6'4", 300 pounds.
I remember he lit a blunt on the back of that bitch one day, and I said, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So, when you light a blunt on the back of the bus and don't nobody question it, you already know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, man, there was a lot of people at that time that could have been on that team and done something. Austin Jackson was another one who could have came in and played and killed. But
I don't think anybody would have took his spot at wide receiver or quarterback.
His parents weren't having it. His dad wasn't having it. So, and,
but he did right by Austin by doing that.
No, I agree. It was the right move. My brother was another one. He walked the day Coach Flo got there. He walked out and thought that just when Flo got there, it was, you got to figure we was 1-9 and just trash. And Flo came in there. Flo had goals. He said, you either with it or you're not. And basically, these are the goals. And if you ain't willing to work for those goals, then you can leave. And he got up and left and went back to basketball.
Hey, at least he kept it good.
And to this day, he regretted he went to basketball because at that time, everybody, you got to figure Cass and all of them were still in football, because they went to playoffs. That was the first year they went to playoffs. So My brother went to basketball. My brother was on Team Texas and everything, point guard for Team Texas. And Ron's coach put him at center because they didn't have nobody. And he walked out the gym and left.
You can't keep it. One thing about it, though, you can't quit something just because you don't like it.
Yeah, but when you, at that point in time, when you one of the better players in the state,
Yeah.
and you had already proven yourself, you on Team Texas, which you can't just go play for Team Texas, which everybody knows. And you can start point guard for Team Texas, and you get put at center. So it's just one of them situations. You know how that goes. So,
Man, all I know is there'll probably never be a team and didn't ever like that. Ever again.
Man, I agree.
Not that stacked to where they're second teamers too. I think Ryan's second team.
But I look at teams like I look at this team last year with Sanders and Billy Bowman. I think as far as speed wise, they probably had us speed wise, but
not size
and the will to win, the want to win. Like we want to win no matter what.
But y'all had a bunch of junkyard dogs, bro.
We had to win by any means. We had to win. That just losing wasn't an option.
I feel it.
I don't know about Cleveland. Is Cleveland still in there? Is that him up there in the top corner?
No, man, that's Slava Rick one.
Oh, okay. But man, when we did lose that one game, it was tough. It was hard. I know I felt like the season was a failure because that 02 class year before us had went undefeated.
Even though you still won state, you felt like it was
a failure, bro, because we didn't go undefeated. And BS and all they did was talk shit about, y'all niggas lost the game. Y'all lost the game. So, yeah, I mean, there was a goal and we failed. We really failed, bro. Like, it's crazy to say we won state, but we feel like asked Chad to tell you, we felt like we failed. We was happy we won, but if we could have that one game back, bro.
That was what Innocent Phelps Field, wasn't it?
Yep.
Bro, hey, that's a hard field to play on, boy.
Oh yeah, but Flo prepared us for that. I mean, he used to get us back in the day at old Texas Stadium. We used to go up there and we would go up there a couple of times and practice on that carpet.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I mean, that shit's trash anyway. That take your skin right off.
Yeah,
right off.
And that new skin they be putting on it burn like a motherfucker.
Man. And, and long socks, when we first started playing up there, long socks really wasn't a thing other than them ugly socks they used to give us, them white with the blue on top, and nobody wanted to wear them. So, I mean, and you got to figure we didn't arm sleeves and all that. We didn't have none of that. We was cutting up socks and putting them on our arms.
I remember.
There wasn't no such thing as arm sleeve. Ask Chris. Hey, Chris Richard used to be the cleanest. You still talk to him and ask him, bro. He used to be the cleanest one out there. I remember, man. I want to say he came out there in some Iversons one time, bro, at the old stadium over at DHS. So they used to have that turf too. But after he came out there in some Iversons one time, bro, I was like, man, some red and white Iversons, bro. That's back when we had them red pants and shit.
Yeah.
So. Matter of fact, Chad was another one, bro. Chad was another one who was undersized. There was a dog. Chad was one of the fastest ones on the team, which a lot of people don't realize. So his size and shit, the nigga couldn't hold that rock. He kept fumbling that. That was the only thing that held him back. I mean, Chad was, bro. People don't realize how fast Chad was.
I didn't know EMANI broke Earl's record.
His over, yeah. I didn't know either, bro. That was a shocker to me. I'm gonna go back and look at some of his film tonight.
You know what's crazy, bro? I played with Earl 7th, 8th grade year, right?
Yeah.
And at Strickland, bro. And I didn't really know Earl because of DYFA or nothing. I just knew him because I went to school with him.
Yeah.
7th grade year, I believe I was playing left or it was either left or right guard. It was one of them. And Earl told, and coach told me, he said, you better get your ass around there on that sweep or Earl's going to go over the top of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't believe that shit, bro, until I got cleat marks on the back of my neck.
I bet.
So, and then
DHS got some too.
Huh?
I said DHS got some underrated players too, man. Man, people don't realize how good that our senior year, how good DH was that year. DHS was that good year too.
Yeah, they lost to somebody they should have beat too. It was like a 10-8 or 10-9. Brownwood beat them.
Was it Brownwood?
Yeah, it was, bro. That's Trey Seldom. That's Trey Seldom class.
Because that was Gordon. They had Gordon, Anthony Aldridge. They had
Darius, Trey Seldom.
Marcus was a beast, bro. Marcus Washington was a beast, bro. He was a dog. Lonzo. They had Big Herm. They had Herman Johnson.
I'm telling you. And then they had what was that boy? The quarterback.
I can't remember his name.
Drew.
I just remember there was so much hype behind him, bro. I know our defense wanted to kill him, bro.
Bro, we played him at Calhoun, bro, and I remember it. And you know and it's like the most epic play I remember from that year that I'll never forget. My boy Drew, he broke up the middle, bro. I'm talking about for Calhoun, just left everybody. David Macias walked him down right before halftime. It was like he was like 70 yards downfield, and David Macias walked his ass down.
That was my counterpart. He played slot on opposite side of me.
Bro, he was the quarterback for Earl team that year, for our 7th grade year.
Macias, he was a beast too.
Bro, Macias, I remember that play because it was like we were winning. It was like 12-7 or some shit. We were winning against Calhoun, and it was right before halftime. And if he'd have scored, it would have been halftime, no time on the clock. He got him down at like the 1 or the 2 yard line with no time on the clock.
Yeah.
So they didn't even get a kick a field goal. We would try another play, none of that shit. This is one of the plays I remember about middle school ball. That and the first time we stepped on the field, Earl scored like 7 touchdowns.
That's crazy. See, I didn't get the chance to play middle school ball, junior high ball in Denton.
I played at Strickland.
I was supposed to go to Calhoun.
You would have played with Weibo then?
Yep. Probably would have never saw the field. I'm sure, especially at that time, all it was Calhoun and Strickland, I believe.
Yeah, no, McMath came that year too.
Oh, okay. So I mean, it would have been tough to get in a spot on that field at that point in time.
Hell yeah, it would have. They was loaded at Calhoun. That 8th grade team was our 7th grade year when me and Earl were in 7th grade, and then Weibo was in 8th grade. Bro, I'm telling you right now, man, that 8th grade team that Weibo was on that was hard, bro.
Oh, I bet. Nigga,
like,
they had
Nut at running back. I remember that shit. I know Love them are probably still pissed to this day because Love was quarterback of that team, and they had Nut was running 70-yard touchdowns, hitting a mile high salute on Strickland.
That's crazy.
Bro, I think it was yesterday.
They DY. All that was the Chiefs and DYFA.
What, Nut?
The Chiefs and the Jets. Them two teams were stacked.
But nobody know. That's another person that don't nobody know about it. Did Nut? That boy was cold at running back.
Man, didn't have some talent, bro. Didn't have some talent.
Always have and always will. They put a lot of precedence on their sports.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
well, shit,
a lot of people be like, "Oh, I don't want my kids moving to that town for that," but shit, didn't grew because of that.
Oh, definitely. Like,
didn't you remember how small Denton was before y'all won all the titles?
Bro,
They were 4A.
Yeah, and you gotta remember back then, bro. Like everybody knew everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter
DHS.
if you stayed in the creek, if you stayed across town, if you stayed over by UNT, you know everybody knew everybody, bro. So it's definitely not what it used to be. Definitely not. Yeah, I mean the population was low back then when we was growing up.
Yeah, there wasn't no 200,000.
Hell no.
I mean, don't get me wrong, UNT winning had something to do with it too. But like y'all winning consistently was the reason why everybody noticed them. Like it's funny that Ryan got put on ESPN more than UNT back in them days. And then people don't remember that at the same time y'all were winning the title, UNT went to 4 straight Sun Belt Conference titles too.
Yep. And
remember that.
basketball.
That's when they had that
had
national kicker, Nick Vazaldua. You remember him?
I remember hearing about him.
He went up for a bunch of awards for UNT.
And basketball had just won state. Baseball was going to state.
Yeah.
At that time. So it was definitely some good times.
Like 2000 to 2005 and then was lit.
What year?
From 2000 to 2005.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That 5-year period, it was lit.
Yeah, I was
and
really
I believe
hoping
they were at state every one of them years.
At something, yeah, at some sport. Football, baseball win a couple of times. I even think soccer made it one of those years.
Yeah, I remember I remember the swimming went too.
And bowling, and I didn't even know we had a bowling team.
I'll be like, damn, this Den's not gonna win it. And Den's gonna win at everything, ain't they?
So it happens. I really wish Jarvis is gonna come on. I'm gonna hopefully I can get him next week. We're gonna check and see. But we can keep this one short and simple at an hour today. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Yeah.
What back then at Corporate Turf, all these chats coming in with Chad just said Darius Richards was a dog from DHS. I think he ended up going to Midwestern State up in Wichita Falls.
Fred went there too.
Yeah, Fred went there too, and who else? Somebody else went there. I had a homeboy from Richardson who ended up there. I had a couple guys. We need to get Fred on.
I can get Fred.
Well, just see if he want to come on next week.
I'll holler at him. He be at work a lot.
Yeah, and I'm gonna reach out to a couple others.
Yeah, for sure. I probably could get Fred though once I speak with him. His ass be at work all the damn time, man. At Flowers and shit.
Yeah. Can't blame that. So we appreciate everybody coming in and joining in. We appreciate y'all. And we'll see y'all next week.